सुरू झालं. येस.
Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Haribhav Wagere, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Maharaja Jivaji Shinde Mahavidyalaya, Srigonda. Today, we are going to learn about botany subject. In that botany subject, I will teach you paper number 2, plant physiology of SYBSc. In that plant physiology, before starting the actual lesson, we have to see the syllabus of our paper first. In that syllabus, credit first, there are 2 credits in our syllabus. First credit is about introductory part of the topics or syllabus. Then first topic is introduction to plant physiology. In that introductory part, what is plant physiology? What is the definition of plant physiology? Then I will tell you the definition of plant physiology. The internal metabolic activity which is found in the plant is called plant physiology. This is the definition of plant physiology. Then in our syllabus, scope and applications of plant physiology is a very important part we are going to learn. Then plant physiology plays very vital role in different field of the crop plants. Then applications of plant physiology. Then next topic is absorption of water. The plants absorbs water and minerals with the help of roots and root hairs. And due to that absorption, the growth and development of plant takes place. Therefore, absorption of water, this topic is very important for the farmers, for the teachers, for the researchers. Then what is the role of water in plants is the first article in that topic. Then another topic is mechanism of water absorption. How water are absorbed by the plants, which is the main method, which is the internal structure of the roots, how xylem and phloem they absorb or they help in the absorption of water. Then rootlets or root hairs that are absorbs water. Then absorption of water with respect to crop plants is the main article of this topic. Then factors affecting or rate of water absorption. In ecological conditions, there are different factors. They are affected on the water absorption. Then which are the different factors? The temperature, the soil, the sunlight, then wind also. There are different factors. They are also affected on the absorption of water and minerals also. Then this is a small article is very important in our syllabus. Then fourth topic or fourth chapter is transpiration. Then what is transpiration? What is the definition of transpiration? How water are evaporated with the help of stomatal structures. In that transpiration we are going to learn. Then types of transpiration. There are 3 main types of transpiration. That is cuticular transpiration, lenticular transpiration and stomatal transpiration. These 3 types of transpiration we are going to learn. Then stomata are small openings which are present on the ventral and dorsal side of the leaves. Then the structure of stomata is our part of syllabus, and we are going to learn about the structure of the stomata. Then stomata are open and sometimes it is closed. Then which which are the mechanism of opening and closing of the stomata, then which are the Stewart's hypothesis, then active potassium transport mechanism. With the help of this hypothesis, we are going to learn the mechanism of opening and closing of the stomata. Then factors affecting the rate of transpiration. Which are the factors affecting on the rate of transpiration? Weight, temperature, then humidity also. Then there are different factors. They are affected on the rate of transpiration. We are going to learn in practical also. Then factors affecting on the rate of transpiration, the significance of transpiration. How transpiration plays vital role. Then what is the importance of this transpiration? We are going to learn about that. Then what is antitranspirants? How antitranspirants? Then what is the mechanism? Then what is the definition of antitranspirant? That of the small articles. We are going to learn about that antitranspirant. Then guttation. Another small article is the guttation and exudation. Exudation is also important topic. Article, small article. We are going to learn about that exudation. And that exudation is nothing but a small exudes which is excreted throughout the plants. In some plant that is exuded by stems. In some plants it is exuded by leaf. Then what is exudation and how it gum is one of the product of exudation. We know that. Then how it, what is the mechanism of that exudation? How it exudes? How it is important for the another factors of the society. That exudation plays also a very important role in the identification of plants also. Then these four chapters are included in credit first. Then credit second plays very vital role in that different topics. Nitrogen metabolism is another topic in credit second. That nitrogen plays very vital role in the growth and development of the plants. And therefore that topic is included in this credit second. In that nitrogen metabolism, we are going to learn about introduction and the role of nitrogen in plants. Nitrogen plays a very important role in growth and development of the plants. If there is a deficiency of nitrogen, plants cannot grow very well. Therefore, the study of nitrogen is very important. Then nitrogen fixation by rhizobium and BGA. How nitrogen are fixed by this bacteria and how that nitrogen are fixed by blue-green alga. In short form that is called BGA. Therefore, these two small articles plays very vital role to study the nitrogen fixation by rhizobium and blue-green alga. In that, again nitrogen fixation there are different types, that is symbiotic nitrogen fixation and asymbiotic nitrogen fixation. In symbiotic nitrogen fixation, nitrogen is enzyme, the structure of nitrogen is enzyme, functions of that nitrogen enzyme, and another non-symbiotic, that is also known as a asymbiotic nitrogen fixation. How it took place, that should be learned in this article. Then importance and production technique of BGA. How blue-green alga can be produce nitrogen. In this small article, we are going to learn about the production of technique of blue-green alga. Then denitrification, ammonification, and nitrification. These three important. The chemical reactions, we have to say that reactions mechanism of this ammonification, nitrification, and denitrification. Also, these three articles is included in our syllabus, and therefore we have to see the detail about that three articles. Then reductive amination and transamination. These two articles are very important. We have to going to learn about that. Then seed is a very important part of the generations. Without seed, the plants cannot be produced. Therefore, seed dormancy and germination, these topic 6 is included in our syllabus, and in that topic we are going to learn about the definition of seed dormancy, definition of seed germination, then types of seed dormancy and types of seed germination. These articles plays very vital role and we have to learn about that. Then methods to break seed dormancy. We can break the seed dormancy. Then which are different methods to break that dormancy? We are going to learn that the mechanical, then chemical. We can, with the help of these chemicals, we can break the seed dormancy. With the help of scarification, we can break the seed dormancy. Then metabolic changes during seed germination. We have to know that seed at the time of seed germination, there are different metabolic activities are found in the seeds. The physiology of seeds are changed, and the structure also of the seeds change. The seeds become tergile, and all the activities of that seeds changes. Therefore, metabolic changes during seed germination is a very important articles. We have to learn in details about that. The role of phytohormones. Hormones play a very vital role. And what is the role of phytohormones? That are the hormones which are produced from the plants, and that are also already present in the plants. Naturally, ethylene also plays a very vital role in the ripening of the fruits. Then role of phytohormones to improve seed germination. What is the importance of phytohormone to increase the seed germination? Then figure index is another small article which are going to learn in this seed dormancy and seed germination topic. And the last topic is about physiology of flowering plants. The physiology of flowering plant is different, and the physiology of non-flowering plants is different. Therefore, in our syllabus, physiology of flowering plants is the to our study. Then in that physiology of flowering, first article is photoperiodism. What is photoperiodism? Photo means light and period or periodism means time. On the basis of time of the light, the physiology also changes. The concept of photoperiodism, the definition of photoperiodism. Then on the basis of this photoperiod, there are different types of plants, that is short day plants and long day plants, and day neutral plants are also there. Then phytohormone theory. Then the role of phytohormones in induction and inhibition of flowering. Then applications of photoperiodism. Applications of photoperiodism is a very important in this physiology of flowering plants. And the last articles from this topic is fertilization. In that fertilization, concept and definition of fertilization, then mechanism of fertilization, applications of fertilization and defertilization. These three different aspects of the mechanism of fertilization plays very vital role in the study of physiology of flowering plants. In this way, there are 7 topics in our botany syllabus. S1 BSc paper 2nd. The name of paper is plant physiology, and the detailed topic or the first topic we will going to learn in the next video. Thank you.